guys, shaky Nan again. I might as well lift them up because I'm so far away from you today I can't see anything. My topic for today, driving an ET. I want to apologise to all the ETers because I do things without even thinking, and the times that you have asked me, does driving affect me, I've said, no, it doesn't affect me. My legs have worked it out a way to do it. And they have, as in when I'm holding the steering wheel, the accelerator's there and the brake is there. Where my feet, my legs are already tremoring because they're in an unusual position, no support whatsoever. But if I tuck my foot under that foot, that leg is now pushing hard against that foot. It's stopped the tremoring in that one. This one is pushing down on that foot. I can go from accelerator to brake, not a problem. But the trouble is that last week and this week, I normally only drive around my town. I don't go far out of my town at all for anything. And I try not to go out of my town for anything. And I never, as I said, I do things without even thinking about it. And now I know why. Last week, Shane and I had to drive into Sydney. He drove, I was the passenger. And because it was over an hour away from home, by the time I get half an hour away from home, I'm anxious, I'm shaking, I'm stressed, I need to get back home, I'm too far away from my safety zone. I start getting snippy, you know, how long we got to go, I start yawning my head off. And I only realised this last week. Now today, this morning, I had to drive my daughter into nearly Sydney as well. And I drove her car. Now I have an automatic, so I only have to worry about the brake and the accelerator. Her car was a manual. So driving in through traffic, over an hour away, if anyone does anything stupid in front of you, like cuts you off or whatever, to a non-shaky person, they would be shaking and getting angry and road rage. Well, I go from 0 to 100 road rage if you cut me off, because you've got me shaking. And I think it's more that now you've kick-started me tremors. Now I'm going to be shaking this whole trip. Good on you, stupid. Like, you just cut me off for no reason. That's why I don't like driving anywhere. And I just thought it was because I only drive around town. But I think subconsciously, I don't want to drive out of town because I know what my body's going to do behind the steering wheel. So driving into nearly Sydney this morning and back with my daughter, driving a manual, I had this leg tremoring with the clutch. This one, I could go like that to support my foot, but then I'd have to take it off to do the clutch again. By the time I got in there, I was exhausted. My daughter went in for her appointment. I just sort of looked for somewhere to sit down, just so I could sit down, and I was yawning my head off again. Came back home, you know, once again, yawning all the way home, just exhausted. And all I do is sit in a car. It's just that our tremors, any little thing, like I said, will kickstart them off. It makes the drive worse. So I can understand why there are ETers that have given up driving, because it is stressful. When you come home, I was yawning as I was walking through the door. Once I got inside and sat down, I'm right again. But we just need to get back to our safe zone. I don't know the answers of driving. We should all have a helicopter, I suppose. So we don't have to drive anywhere because, yeah, and that's why, you know, I just can't, I don't like going out of the area at all. And from driving into Sydney twice in the last 2 weeks, now I know why. It's too much for me. I'll just continue around my little town. My poor parents, they live hours away, a couple of hours away from here, and Mum said to me the other week, you don't come and see us, you haven't come and seen us for years. And I said, Mum, I can't handle the drive anymore. And she said, but Shane will be driving. But it's still just as bad being a passenger. It's actually worse because I'm worried about his driving and I'm up in him all the way. I'm a horrible passenger. Don't have me as a passenger in your car. So guys, once again, I apologise for telling you all that I've had no trouble with driving. Driving, yeah, my hands on the steering wheel, my leg tremors, I can support. Going over 20 minutes from home, I don't know how to help that part of it. That's the exhausting part. As I said, we just all need helicopters. Then we won't have to drive. Or a limo. A limo driver. We'll get... All ATs should have personal chauffeurs. No, because it's just as bad being a passenger. Oh, tell me if you've got an answer. I don't know. I'm just exhausted from that drive, and I was so grateful when we got home. This big storm hit 2 minutes after we walked in the door. Thank God I wasn't driving in that. I would have been a mess. I wouldn't have been able to come on. All right, guys, you know what I mean. Once again, I agree with you all now. We just can't go far from home. Love you all, guys. Have a great shaky week. And I will see you all on Friday. Take care until then in this crazy world. And thank you once again for joining me. Okay. Bye, guys.